much, sir.
And to enrich us with a very inspiring message, let me introduce to you our keynote speaker for today. Is Professor Emeritus of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and holds a doctorate in economics from Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs in Syracuse University in New York, USA. He has more than 40 years of experience in teaching and has served as an advisor and consultant to various multilateral agencies. He served as Budget Secretary from 2016 to 2019. On his third tour of duty at the DBM, he pursued an expansionary fiscal policy to finance investments in human capital development and public infrastructure. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker in the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Governor Benjamin E. Diokno.
To the City Philippines CEO Aftab Ahmed, members of the National Selection Committee, Ms. Marixie Rufino Prieto, Ms. Imelda Nicolas, my esteemed colleagues from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, bankers and champions of microfinance, guests, friends from the media, and our CMA awardees, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 17th Citi Micro Entrepreneur of the Year Award ceremony. This marks the culmination of a 6-month search for outstanding Filipino micro-entrepreneurs from a pool of 141 nominees for 2019. It's been 17 years since the CMA was launched, but year after year, the nominations we receive from the microfinance institutions continue to pour in. There has never been a dearth of micro-entrepreneurs worthy of recognition. We are honored to give recognition to the men and women whose transformed lives and journey as entrepreneurs demonstrate the power of microfinance as a poverty alleviation tool. Most of these micro-entrepreneurs started with close to nothing, and yet were able to build and grow a business that supports their family and even their communities. Theirs is a story of empowerment, and this is what microfinance is truly about. The word hero is also what comes to mind when I think about our micro-entrepreneurs. Starting and running a business is neither for the idle nor for the faint of heart. In their interviews for the CMA, the awardees usually attribute hard work and patience as key to success. And it's true. But having seen the challenges that they need to face day after day and knowing the risk of failure in business, I say being a micro-entrepreneur is an act of courage. These heroes, despite knowing from the start that the journey will be rough and difficult, choose to plod on. This determination and drive come from a desire not only to support their families, but also the communities who have come to rely on their businesses for their livelihoods. Our dear awardees, I hope your stories become an inspiration for the many of our countrymen striving to do good and do right by their families. And for us in the BSP, your stories remind us of the importance and urgency of our work in financial inclusion. The goal of financial inclusion is to ensure all Filipinos are able to use financial services that are appropriate to their needs and capacity. Financial services, including microfinance, allow individuals and businesses, regardless of the size of their income, to effectively manage their finance and achieve their financial goals. The micro, small, and medium enterprises, or the MSMEs, warrant a special focus for our financial inclusion work. MSMEs are the backbone of our economy, with significant contributions to employment, innovation, and development. We cannot talk about inclusive growth without a strong MSME sector. When we lift our MSMEs, we uplift the nation. Nevertheless, MSMEs seldom have access to much needed financing, and there are many reasons for this. For instance, banks and other lenders have limited understanding of and visibility into the MSME as a market. They tend to perceive MSME financing as high risk and low margin, which leads to lack of availability and variety of MSME financing products. On the other hand, the MSMEs, micro-entrepreneurs in particular, are reluctant to approach formal lending institutions due to lack of acceptable collateral and credit history. They may also get intimidated by the documentary requirements and may have limited financial literacy. As a result, the banking sector's MSME exposure is only 6.2% of the total loan portfolio and 9.2% of the total business loans. We recognize these issues and have undertaken a three-pronged approach to improve MSME access to finance. The first is putting in place the needed financial and digital infrastructure to mitigate the risk and lower cost of MSME financing. Such infrastructure includes a robust credit information system, digital ID platform, movable collateral registry, warehouse receipt system, and credit surety fund. Toward this end, BSP has advocated for the passage of critical legislation for market-enabling infrastructure. And this includes the Philippine ID system, or PhilSys, as the country's digital ID platform, which will facilitate onboarding and digital finance innovations. The Personal Property Security Act, or Republic Act number 11057, aims to promote the use of inventories, crops, and other non-real property assets of MSMEs as acceptable collateral to secure a loan. Complementing this law is the proposed bill to strengthen the warehouse receipt system, which aims to support farmers and agri-entrepreneurs in